What do adventures truly mean to you, and what kind of adventures are you actually living?
It would be easier to answer the adventures that I'm on than what an adventure actually means to me. That's a big question. At the moment, I'm refitting my sailboat so I can go back out to the adventures. My adventures range from anything from sailing, spearfishing, free diving with sharks a lot of the times, and then anything else I can kind of get myself into. Most lately, it's been kiteboarding. And as far as what adventures mean to me, that's a question I kind of struggle with because it changes over time. So it would have to be that. It would have to be something that challenges you, it's out of your comfort zone, and something new that you can do where you're exploring a little bit, somewhere around that.
What actually drives you to live your life like you do?
Ooh, the life that I live is very humble most days. So I need a big drive to do it. It is the adventure. It is the knowing that every day I could go out and I could see something new. I mean, just a moment ago before we even started this video, there was a dolphin just behind me here, surrounded with pelicans all attacking the water together. Seeing those new things and being a part of it, these new experiences, I can't imagine living any other way.
You've seen some sharks in your life, right?
Oof, yeah, I've seen a lot of sharks. In fact, actually, just the other day I was kiteboarding, not maybe 5 kilometers from here. I was kiteboarding and there was a baby shark in the water. I almost was able to reach down and touch it. But this past year in the Bahamas, I spent 7 months on my sailboat, sailing and exploring throughout the country. And almost every day I was spearfishing, and almost every day I was interacting with sharks. They are a big part of the ocean. You know, they're there, they're not going anywhere. A lot of people are afraid to dive with them, but I'm just excited to see them. They're an apex predator. And when you look them in the eye, you know that they're looking right back at you. And it's like looking into a different soul. It's very interesting.
What does scare you most? What would you say?
Driving to the grocery store. I just regular traffic with cars. I look at statistics. There's around, I think, between 6 and 8 or 6 and 10 people per year die of shark attack. There's like 50,000 people in the United States that dies of a car accident, you know, or drunk driving, or those kind of things. That scares me. And if I do die someday, you know, diving with sharks, it'll most likely be my fault, and I'm okay with that. But at least I'll go out doing what I love. But driving down the highway, or you know, just driving around town and seeing other people always trying to cut in front of me and stuff, and that scares me. It scares me to just going about your daily life and going that way. That's just not the way I want to die. I want to die with my boots on.
What was actually your longest time you were living on your sailing boat?
I've been living on it for 3 years now. But as far as one time straight, it probably would be this last trip to the Bahamas for 7 months nonstop. I think I only went to a marina or a dock for maybe 4 days out of the entire 7 months. The rest was just at the anchor. And what's great about my sailboat is it's all self-contained. I have solar panels for my electricity. I have a toilet. I have a refrigerator, a stove, a kitchen, everything I could possibly need. So it is my home out there, and I don't count the days as much as count the experiences that I get to go do, or count the experiences I want to go do next. So it kind of keeps me on the boat.
Are there some downsides to this lifestyle too?
Yeah, there's a lot of downsides. Where do I start? The first thing I would say is the lifestyle I live is not as good as the photos. Those photos you see, they're all real. I don't Photoshop anything, but that isn't my life day to day. My day-to-day life comes with different struggles than you would have with your life. For instance, the sailboat is substantially smaller than any house. So you have to get used to very, very small spaces. The weather plays a huge, huge part of my life. The weather basically decides what I can and can't do most days. So if I want to go spearfishing, but there's a storm coming in, I usually don't do it, depending on where I am. And some nights I want to sleep. all nights I want to sleep, but some nights I can't because there's a storm and it's just throwing my boat around, and maybe I'm in a bad place or I can't do anything else about it. Things are always breaking on the boat. And when you live in a house and something breaks, as long as it's not the roof and it's not raining, it's not really like a big deal. But on a boat, pretty much everything is essential. And if something breaks, you almost definitely have to fix it. So the best way to describe the lifestyle that I live is a lifestyle of extreme highs and extreme lows. One day I might be hand feeding sharks off the back of my swim platform on my boat after I just got done spearfishing, and then have a big sushi dinner. And then the next day it might be raining and there might be a bunch of mosquitoes and it could be really hot and stuffy on my boat and I can't leave. And you just hate life for a day and you can't go anywhere. You can't do anything else about it. So it's just extreme highs and extreme lows, I would say.
Thank you very much for your time and the insights of your life.
Cheers.